Living in Brazil is living in paradise. It's amazing until you realise you don't speak the language. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about ways around speaking the language. Also in this video, I'm going to take you a little walk around town. I'm going to talk about the reality of being a gringo in a foreign land. Now where I am in Santa Cruz, Cabrera, in the northeast, there's a limit on how high you can build your houses or your office buildings. We can only go 2 floors here. So here's not a really built up area. Now when I first moved here, the whole village was kind of derelict. It looked like a ghost town. But since I moved here 20 years ago, everyone started building up their own places. They're building up their different kinds of properties. You don't get 2 houses the same here. Everyone does it their own way. And what I've noticed is recently, more and more foreign people, more gringos, have started building their houses in and around our roads. The road which we're walking down now is running parallel to the beach road. So this is the road where I live. And this is how it is. So what I'd like to talk to you about today is some of the difficulties. It's not always easy living in a foreign country. And one of the biggest hurdles to overcome here when you come to Brazil, if you're not speaking Portuguese already, it's the language. And it is tough, but there are ways around it. I said, well, a lot of people do, they end up having a Brazilian boyfriend or a girlfriend who does most of their talking for them. I'm going to take a walk down this way. They do their talking for them, but the trouble with this, getting someone else to do your talking for you, is you get lazy and you end up not speaking the language yourself. So bearing that in mind, it's very, very, very important before you come and while you're here is to get your own mouth opening and closing, getting your own mouth talking. Because if you don't, you can fall behind and you start getting left out of conversations. And when you start getting left out of conversations, you can start feeling lonely. And that can be one of the challenges when you come away. If you go to a place but they don't speak your language, and if you're not speaking that language yourself, then it can be quite difficult spiritually and mentally. There are some really good YouTube channels that help learn Portuguese. Some of them are actually fantastic. I'm going to put some down in the comments below for those who want to learn Portuguese. So today, like I said, we're going to go and walk to the local shops. Also, I've got Bobby Dog with me. So we're going to walk along the beach for a little bit before we get there. I live about 5 minutes away from the shops. I want to show you guys what sort of shops that we get in a fishing village. It's not, so this is different. So I've been looking at a couple of the other YouTube channels, a few from down in Florianopolis. I think one of them is called Andy's Adventures. Another, a Nordic Investor. I'm watching both of these 2 guys' YouTube channels and I can see where they are. It's completely different than where I am. So Brazil, you can't explain just how big Brazil is and how different it is and how different the cultures are from one place to the other. I was watching a guy called Andy from Florianopolis yesterday and he was talking about how European it is where he is. Why they get lots of gringos there, because of it being European. But here's the opposite. Here where I am up in Bahia, it's not European at all. Okay, it's more Africanized, let's say. There's a big slavery influence here. So we've got like the capoeira, which is like a Brazilian martial art. And you have the Brazilian and a lot of Africanized food. The food comes a lot from the African kind of cultures here, which is quite interesting. They have a massive lunch here, with lots of rice, lots of beans. They have carne with everything. They have meat. They have meat, chicken or fish. Then they have rice, beans and macaroni. With every day you see them eating this for lunch. I'm just walking past, I can actually see a gringo sitting there having lunch over the road there. 2 gringos. Just going to say hello quickly, so excuse me guys. Hello! Hello! Tudo bem? Hello. Hello, say hello, it's my Gringo channel. My YouTube channel. Come about, tudo bem? I'll sell your house. I'll come and make a video of it and put it on my YouTube channel. How's that sound? Is that good? And yours isn't for sale. You're staying. No party. No bother. I'm actually making a video now, but so sorry about that. There's some friends of mine. Gringo, one Italian, one Swiss. There's an American guy here helping me walk my dog. So we have a bit of a Gringo Landia here, where Gringo Landia is a place where it's full of gringos, like I say jokingly. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, so walking down to the shops, I'll just show you what's here along the way. Because before I was talking about some of the problems. So here, as a gringo, you're always a gringo. Okay. Everything that you buy here, you need to ask for your price up front. For example, you may go to a mechanic, and this is quite common, and he'll do a piece of work for you one day, and say he charges you 20 reais. And then you have the same problem again, and you go back to the same mechanic, you'll ask him to do the same work. But if you don't ask him for the price beforehand, afterwards, they'll give you a price. Because someone maybe have got in their ear and said, oh, he's a gringo, and you'll get what's called a gringo price. So everything works out a little bit more expensive. So one of the tips, if you are coming to Brazil, whether you're coming here on holiday, whether you're coming here to live, you have to negotiate. Every time you buy something, you have to renegotiate. Don't think that because the last time you managed to get a good deal, that the same deal sticks. But it doesn't work like that. It's like I say, here you're always going to be the gringo, and that doesn't change. And that's at all levels. That's whether you're going to the hospital, or if you're going to the police station, you're always going to be treated a little bit different. But it's fine. Okay, you get used to it, you learn how to navigate around it. And with time, you know, you're accustomed, and obviously the longer that you spend here, gradually it's quite funny, but gradually it wears off a little bit. However, it's still bubbling, there's still an undercurrent bubbling. My problem is I'm 6'3" with blue eyes here in Bahia, so there's no way I can disguise myself as a local. I'll wear all Brazilian made clothes or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm never going to look like, I'm always going to look like a gringo here in Bahia. Now, I can't speak about the other states. It's, oh, what's your my limon? And the moment they say that, the price goes up. So that's something to be aware of. You know, I do have some friends here who, but here's the thing, Brazilians don't have a Brazilian can look like anything. There's Brazilians with blonde hair and blue eyes as well, but a Brazilian just looks, as a different Brazilian, they have a different rhythm going through their bodies, let's say. But also from people from other states, even here where I am in Bahia, they'll call people from other states gringos here, and they can still get a gringo price. For example, the state next to Bahia is Minas Gerais, and people come to the beach here, and they'll look like Mineiros. Mineiros are people from Minas Gerais, and they'll get their Mineiro price. So it's something to be aware of. So where we are here is where the river is. We have a little bridge. Now, a couple of years ago, we had a storm here, and the bridge which we're about to cross now was washed away. So we've been without a bridge for a couple of years. We're grateful to have the bridge back. It's taken from where around, so just show you have a little look around here. It's a very, you can see that. So and then again, if you notice the buildings here, the buildings, there's nothing more than 2 stories. The maximum height they can build here is 2 stories. Now coming up, if you're coming to Brazil and you decide to live in the fishing village, you need to know what kind of shops there are around. So I'll give you an idea. This is the start of the shopping centre in the little fishing village. But something that's important for us, well, it's just gone 1 o'clock here, so everything's closed. Oh, by the way, everything closes between 1 or 2. Well, more or less everything. There are a couple of places that stay open. But here in Bahia, where we are, everything's closed. So the vets is closed because it's lunchtime. And lunchtime, or the almoço, it's lunchtime. Now lunch is the biggest meal in Brazil is their lunch meal. Like I was mentioning earlier, they have a huge lunch. As you can see, all these shops are closed. So this is the local post office, the Correios. And as you can see, the bars are up, it's closed. Oh, the papelaria. the place where you can go and get your Christmas presents wrapped. They're open. So here we are coming into the town centre of Santa Cruz Cabral. Looking ahead, you see various different fashion shops, little clothes shops and stuff like that. And then you've got a Kilo restaurant here on your right hand side where the locals go for lunch. Very common way of eating here in Brazil. You go inside, you see on the left hand side, you choose what you want, you put it onto a big plate, then you stick it on the scales, so you only pay for what you eat. Now going a little further along here, we're going into where the biggest supermarket is in our village. In this little village, we've got about 3 little supermarkets. Got one that's open 7 days a week, but this one here is usually open to about Monday to Saturday to about 8 o'clock in the evening, so it's quite handy. I'm going to go in there, take a little look around, and hopefully I don't annoy anybody because I'm going to do a tiny little bit of filming. So walking into the first thing you notice, it's nicely air conditioned, and look at that Heinz stuff for sale. So they've got Gringo ketchup for sale and Gringo Coca-Cola for sale. Okay, so you can, even here in these little fishing villages, you do get stuff imported. You've got Heineken beer there. And in recent years, you've got larger selections of wine from all over the world, really. Well, here you've also got lots of potatoes, onions, fresh tomatoes, garlic, carrots, all that kind of stuff. Lots of different types of sweet potatoes, various different strains of sweet potatoes. And over here, you've also got eggs. Now, eggs have come down in price in Brazil. $3 for about 24 eggs, so that ain't bad. And obviously, you always get a nice selection of fruit in the local supermarkets. Here we have various things. So as you can see, there's a selection of little shops just outside the supermarket, clothes shops, men, women and children, all different shops. Something for everybody. Also, here in Brazil, especially in these little towns, you get lots of pharmacies, lots of chemists. The popular chemists are where they sell a lot of generic stuff, which comes in at a far cheaper price. With when it isn't from a famous make. Bobby Dog obviously loves it here. Coming for a walk down to the shops, he comes all the time. Always gives me my security. Yeah, so it's just basically little village shops, village life, and that's how it is here. I've been in Brazil for 20 years. Never had any problems here. And just show you guys walking down the shops in Brazil. You know, it's just normal life here in these little villages. It's nothing to be worried about, nothing to be afraid of. Everything's here for everybody. My name's Paul and I'm a gringo living in Brazil more than 20 years. If you like this kind of content, do me a favour, like, comment, share and most importantly subscribe.